I mean, this actually is a little bit redundant with the organized imports, because organized imports will do that for you. But that just gets rid of extra noise in your import statements. You don't need those. I wouldn't recommend you have these two guys checked. Remove unused private members and remove unused local variables. The trouble here is, what I tend to do at least, is I tend to write my fields before I use them. And I tend to save very, very often. I type something in, hit save. I type something in, I hit save. So what would happen here, and I had this checked once and it drove me nuts. I typed in this new variable, hit save, and it went away. And I'm like, yeah. So instead of having these guys checked, there's an option you can put in the compiler that will warn you when you have unused stuff. And I think that's a great option, because then it can tell you, hey, there's this extra data laying around. Sometimes that extra data laying around, it's really noise. Other times, maybe you just referenced the wrong variable. And that's actually something that's pretty common. So it's a nice warning to tell you. And when you get warnings like that, always look at them. Don't let your warnings pile up. I mean, there's a lot of projects, whenever I come onto them, there'll be 1,500 warnings on the project. And so, I'll push really hard. Let's do a cleanup on this, and we'll get it down to no warnings. Because if you have something legitimate that you really need to be warned about, you're never going to see it in that 1,500 list. You're just going to ignore it. The other option, of course, is to make anything you really care about an error. But then sometimes there are times when you're like, I really don't have time to fix that right now. But then you have an error and it won't compile. Okay, these two guys I love to remove. Remove unnecessary casts. Who wants this extra cast garbage in there? Or remove unnecessary non-NLS tags. This little dollar non-LS guy, if you see him, what that means is that somebody uses support inside Eclipse to automatically extract strings into a resource bundle. And what this little tag does is, if you put this as a comment after a string that you have, it's your way of telling Eclipse the string that you see there is a key for a resource bundle. It's not actually the value.